Hello everybody, today we have the new Abyss Priest Aranea skills. Well, not exactly because we don't have the percentages yet, but we will check it out. So first of all we have the active skill. It is dealing damage to a random enemy. Now this is not really useful, right? It is only one enemy and it is random. And then burns them, dealing damage for rounds. For how many rounds we don't know yet. With a chance to remove attribute buff, which is not really that useful to be honest. Meanwhile, inflicts scorching curse on them for some rounds, and afterward releases something. We will see that later. So first of all, the active seems very weak. It is only hitting one enemy, just like Ignis, and it is just random enemy, so not really useful. Removing an attribute buff is whatever. Like, it might be useful in some very situational, right? Like in some cases it might help. But nothing too special here in the active. Then we have the passive skill with attack HP, control into speed, and damage reduction. Pretty standard. And then we have another passive skill. This is the basic attack, actually. So changes the basic attack to deals damage to a random enemy. Again, a single enemy. Increases their all damage received for rounds. So I think this is some new buff, right? I believe. Increases their all damage received. We have all damage dealt, all damage reduced, and now we have increase all damage received for enemies. So a new buff is always useful because your enemies cannot purify it easier. Like, imagine you have 5 different debuffs, they will only be able to remove one of them with purify, right? So having a new buff or debuff is very useful in that case. Same applies for the active, where we remove an attribute buff. So it is kinda nerfing itself by having another new buff in that case. And then we have the other passive. So whenever a hero is burned, grants self layer of Abyss Blessing. We'll check that later. Restore self energy. Restoring self energy is good, but I don't know, like, this hero, basic or active, doesn't really matter. They're both very weak in, I think. So, and then restores all allies HP for rounds. That is okay. That's like all allies getting HP is very good. Like Ignis doesn't do that. She heals the lowest HP and then one more, I think. So something like Vesa, who can heal all the team, is way more useful in that case, which is the same for this one. And when self takes active skills or basic attacks released by burned enemies, so as always, this is a lot of burning she needs. So you are better off using a phoenix instead of other monsters. And then when she gets attacked by burned enemies, dealing damage for rounds, again we don't know how many, burns them, dealing damage for rounds. Meanwhile, reduces their energy and armor. Now this part is interesting. It might be very useful depending on how many energy we are reducing, right? If it is something like 5 energy or 10, I don't think it's gonna be that useful. If it is something like 50 energy reduce, that is insane. So we will see about that. Also, the armor reduce is very good, of course. But in some cases where you are using Drake, you are trying to focus down an enemy with defense down. They won't have any armor left, so it won't help in those cases. But for everything else, it is very good armor debuff. Then here are the passive stuff. Healing Blessing, so this is restoring allies with the lowest HP by a certain percentage of their lost HP. So the lower their HP are, you will heal them more. And then meanwhile restores them for HP for some rounds. If self has layers of Abyss Blessing, again Abyss Blessing is at the bottom I believe, yep. Consumes all layers to change the skill effect of Healing Blessing. To restore, oh okay, so normally she only heals 2 people or one? Wait. The allies with the lowest HP. So yeah, it is only a one person heal. But then if you get layers, you can heal all the team. Interesting, okay. Restores all allies certain percentage of their lost HP. Again, like the lowest their HP, the higher healing they get. Meanwhile, restores them HP for rounds, blah blah. and increases their attack. Okay, this is also interesting. Attack buff is always useful. Then we have the Abyss Blessing. Oh god, so many things. So Abyss Blessing enhances Aranea's active skill. Let me go back to the active skill actually. Um, so it removes attribute buff, inflicts scoring. Wait, it doesn't say anything about, right? Huh? Enhances active skill, but it doesn't say anything about it here. I'm confused. Inflicts scorching curse on them for rounds. There is nothing about this one. I don't know. Nothing, not a word about Abyss Blessing in the active. I don't know what it is enhancing or... Anyway, let's just move on, I guess. Scorching Curse. When enemy is inflicted with Scorching Curse take damage, they take extra damage. So this is the all damage dealt kind of thing. Very useful, of course. Is it gonna be kept with her attack? I don't know about that. So that would be weird if it is, because she's a priest, she won't have a lot of attack, right? You are not gonna build her for attack or anything. So if it is gonna be kept by her attack, it's pretty useless, I think. And then burn, we all know, so no need to talk about that. But yeah, there is some stuff here I think missing, right? Oh, it is this, okay. So this is the active part where it gets enhanced, I think. So after doing all of this, she releases the healing blessing, and healing blessing is the part where abyss blessing is actually enhancing, because it is the healing part. So if active is not enhanced, it will only heal one people, and then if it is enhanced, it will heal everyone. So that is the part this one is talking about, but not written anywhere here. Okay, I understand now. I checked these before the video, but I didn't read the passives here, so I was kind of confused there. And yeah, in the end, it looks okay. Like a lot of stuff going on. Energy reduced, armor reduced, attack to allies, attack boost, extra damage with the thing, scorching curse. There is a lot of useful stuff here, depending on how many percentage they are gonna have. So this hero looks fine for now. We will see after the percentages are released, of course. And then the testing will come later. So yeah, I don't know. It looks fine to me right now. We will see. And I think that's all I can say about this. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.